Other, can you hear me?
Yes.
Other. Dimitri.
Yes, I'm there.
So have you attached that operating system file in the storage section?
Yeah, I downloaded the file normally.
Okay.
So when I'm trying to attach the file on the virtual machine, it keeps on showing the message I sent to you.
No. See, that you will get when you start the VM without attaching. So first you have to attach, right? And then you have to
Yeah.
start, then you will start getting that error message. So do one thing, go
Can
to
I share
the
my screen?
quickly.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Let me stop sharing.
Can you see my screen?
I guess it's loading. No, not yet.
Oh, maybe internet connection. Can you see now?
Not yet. Guys, can anyone see?
Ocean.
Okay. Yeah, I can
Can you
see
see
now.
now?
Yes, I'm able to see now.
So this is can you see the virtual machine I've opened?
Oh, wait. So I guess you didn't share the whole screen. You just shared a window. Stop sharing and again click on share screen and select entire window. Okay, then I can see all the applications.
Okay.
Right, now I can see. Okay, right click. First of all, it is in saved state. Okay, right click and power off the machine. Right click.
Yeah.
Go to this start button.
Okay.
1 minute. Why it was powered off state? Remove export, move clone, and okay, do one thing. Go to settings of this machine. Go to settings. Go to
Shanmugh, has he
storage.
attached the
Yeah,
image?
I'm checking that one now. So you haven't attached that image, right? You don't see that disk and all. Cancel it, and I hope you didn't created the VM properly. Okay, so that's why you cannot see the disk. You can able to see the disk. Okay, then
Yeah, it was showing before. I don't know why it just stopped
yeah,
showing.
you didn't created the machine properly. Okay, delete it and recreate it. Okay, not now, later.
I should remove it.
Yeah, not now, later you can do that. Okay.
Okay.
Remove it. Yeah, remove it and again freshly create the VM. Okay. Delete all files. Then you can start creating a new VM. And once you created that VM properly, in the settings you can see a blank disk option. If you click on that blank disk, then you should be able to attach the operating system. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Send me the screenshot in case if you stuck at any point. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Arthur. Right, guys. Let me share my screen. Okay, so now this is the server. Let me start the VM. Currently, it is not running. I'm starting the VM. Okay, so in today's session, we'll start the very important topic called SQL Server installation, guys. Okay, so now we are ready, right? So we created the VM. We have installed the operating system. Okay, and we even enabled that remote settings and all RDP, and then now we are good. So all the activities till last class, everything will be done by the Windows team, network team, and storage team. Once it's ready, they will let us know. Okay, they will either update the ticket or they will send an email. So and so server is ready. You can start working on it. Like that, they will send an email to the whole DBA group. So you based on the ticket, sometimes in the tickets, like your manager or your lead will assign the ticket to you. In case if they assign the ticket to you, then you have to start installing the SQL Server. Or once this is ready, they will send an email to the DBA group, right? Then your manager either will allocate a resource, or that ticket directly he is going to send an email. Hey, Deepak, can you please work on this SQL Server installation? Or in the ticket itself, they will update your name. So in your bucket, it will show you the ticket. You can assign the ticket. I mean to say it's already assigned. So then only you're able to see in your bucket. Then you can start working on the ticket, guys. That is ITIL process. At the end of the course, I'll take one class, like 30-minute session, like what is ITIL, like what is SLAs, what is incident, change request, problem ticket, everything will be discussed at the end of the session. Generally, at this point, once everything is done by other teams, they will let us know by email, or they will update the ticket. Then we can start working on the installation part, guys. SQL Server installation part. From this point onwards, our duty will start, our responsibility will start. Okay, till last class, everything will be taken care by the Windows team, network team, and then storage team, guys. Okay, now you got a requirement. Hey, DBA team, please install SQL Server. Okay, 2019 and so server, like 192.168.0 dot something. Okay, they might ask you to install the SQL Server, right? And then you can connect to the server remotely. See, now I'm doing it. Okay, I don't know whether the same IP address is there or same server name is there. Let's go with server name instead of IP address. Instead of checking every time, let's go with server name. We don't create any confusion, right? If it is IP address, every time the IP address will keep on changing. In our situation, in the organization, you will get the static IP, nothing to worry. At this moment, you can use the server name instead of IP address. Okay, now I'm connecting to the server. See, guys, I started the VM, then only I am able to connect to the server. Without starting the VM, we cannot connect to the server. So the VM is just started, and then now I'm just connected to the server through RDP, right? Now I got the task. Shanmugh got the task to install SQL Server, right? So now I connected to the server, guys. The server name was included in the ticket. Now I got the server name. Now I'm connecting to the server through RDP. Okay. So now I'm good to install the SQL Server, guys. Up to 2017, before installing SQL Server, let me add these points like hardware and software requirements. Okay, we have already discussed initially, but again, okay, quickly let's discuss. Okay, hardware and software requirements to install SQL Server. Okay, right. Guys, generally these hardware requirements, software requirements are almost same. Hardware requirements generally it will change version to version. Okay. So guys, the process is same, even though it's a SQL Server 2005, 8, 8R2, 12, 14, 16, 17, 19, and 2022. Okay. Installation process is same, guys. Maybe one or two extra screens, one or two extra options you can see, but the base concept, the core concept of installation is same. So Shanmugh, you are showing how to install 2019. Can you show 2022? No, that is the assignment that you have to do. Okay, as discussed, again, the core concept of installation is same. Okay, maybe one or two extra options will be added from version to version, guys. Okay, so hardware requirements, what and all hardware requirements we need to install the SQL Server, right? Say for example, if you want to install WhatsApp, you need some requirements, right? If you want to install WhatsApp, what you need, guys? What you need? If you want to install the WhatsApp, what you need? You need a physical device. You need an operating system in that Android or iOS. Okay, you need an internet connection. You need a Play Store, right? These are the requirements, right? And you need enough free space in your phone. If you don't have enough free space in your phone, can you install WhatsApp? Not possible, right? So these are the requirements to install the WhatsApp. In the same way, WhatsApp is also an application. SQL Server is also an application. To install any application, we need some hardware and the software requirements, guys. So what are the hardware requirements to install the SQL Server? Guys, I am explaining, we are discussing minimum requirements, not maximum requirements. Maximum requirements can be anything. See, I am having a small application, so 16 GB RAM, 100 GB disk space is enough, and 8 core CPU is enough for me. But imagine critical applications, big applications like Amazon, like Flipkart, like Azure, like Facebook, Meta, Twitter, X. Like if these kind of applications, if this has to run it continuously 24 by 7, 16 GB RAM or 8 core CPU or 100 GB hard disk won't sufficient, right? Correct, guys? So depends upon your application. If it is small, you need less resources. If it is big application, you need more resources, guys. If it is small application, you need less resources. If it is big application, you need more resources. Very sure that Amazon is not going to run with 16 GB RAM, right? 16 GB are laptops. Now, whatever laptops we are getting now, that the laptop's RAM itself is 16 GB. Out of 16 GB, 6 GB, 7 GB OS itself will take, right? So, do you think Amazon, Flipkart, and all will run with 16 GB RAM, 8 core CPU? No, right? So, definitely they need more. For example, you want to process weather information, weather. Okay, so completely minute by minute, second by second, it is going to track with images and all. For that, 8 GB, 16 GB, like 32 GB is not sufficient, guys. NASA, it is going to capture each and everything in the universe as much as it can every second. So that 100 GB hard disk or 200 GB hard disk is not going to work out. Why? Because each picture resolution itself very high. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, if your application is small, your requirements also will be small. The resources, hardware and software resources. If your application is big, you need more resources like more RAM, more CPU, more hard disk and all. Correct, guys? So I'm explaining about the minimum hardware requirements, minimum software requirements. Maximum can be anything. So Anmuk, what is the maximum? System support, OS support. How much OS is going to support, that much you can give. But minimum, we have to follow some minimum standards, guys. So hardware requirements to install SQL Server 2019. Currently, I'm going to same for others also almost same, guys, plus or minus one or two. Okay. Hardware requirements, generally we need memory, hardware in the sense memory or RAM. Okay. At least at least 4 GB RAM is minimum for SQL Server 2019, guys. Okay. CPU, minimum to minimum, 1 core to 2 core CPU is like minimum. For some other versions, memory, guys, no one will ask you what are the minimum requirements. They will ask you what are the hardware and software requirements. Maybe that too very rarely will get this question. Why? Because we don't go with minimum requirements for any machine. Definitely we'll go with higher configurations only. So generally they don't ask you. They might ask you what are the hardware and software requirements, but minimum no need to tell, guys. Okay, you can tell 2 GB to 4 GB RAM, any version, 2 GB to 4 GB RAM minimum. CPU 1 core to 2 core CPU, right? Right. Hard disk, guys. Hard disk you can go for, okay, same minimum 4 GB hard disk we need. Okay, you can tell like 2 to 4 GB hard disk we need, right? These are the main hardware requirements, guys. Software requirements, what are the software requirements to install SQL Server? What are the software requirements?
Operating system.
Operating system.
Operating system.
The OS, right? Depends upon the SQL Server you are installing. You have to make sure you are going to install the OS respect to OS. Otherwise, you will get the compatibility issues. If you, for example, now your requirement is 2019. Can I install 2019 on Windows Server 2008? Is it possible, guys?
No, sir.
Roughly, if you tell, it is not possible.
Yes.
Why? The gap is 8 to 2019, 11 years gap. But what maximum we discussed, hardly plus or minus 7 years. Right? So we are very sure that 2008 is not an appropriate operating system to install 2019. Right? So software requirements, we need the respect to operating system, like whatever compatibility issues are there, or by overcoming those compatibility issues, the respective operating system we need. That is one software requirement. Another software requirement is .NET framework, guys. .NET framework. Up to Windows Server 2016, you have to install the .NET framework manually in the Windows Server. But from 2019 onwards, Windows Server 2019 onwards, .NET framework was inbuilt installed, guys. Okay, .NET framework was inbuilt installed, but I'll show you how to install .NET framework. Don't worry. And this will be done by your Windows team, installing .NET framework. Why? Because .NET framework is mandatory not only for SQL Server, guys. Okay, for other applications also .NET framework is mandatory. So Windows team, anyhow, they are going to install the .NET framework once the server is ready. And then we need SQL Server software also, right? Correct, guys? We need SQL Server software also. So these are the main hardware and the software requirements to install the SQL Server, guys. Okay, we need, and of course SSMS. I'll tell you what is SSMS also. SSMS is a tool to connect to the SQL Server, guys. That's it. You can call it as a client. I'll explain. Don't worry, guys. These are the main hardware and the software requirements we need to install the SQL Server, guys. Okay.
The antivirus is required or not, sir?
Antivirus by default will be there, Manju. I told you, right? So in the organization, everything is very important. If imagine our laptop itself, where nothing is stored in our laptop, for our laptops itself, antivirus is very important, right? Imagine in the organization, very critical data, banking servers, banking applications, very critical data you are going to handle, credit cards information, bank accounts information. So antivirus is very important, that will be taken care by your Windows team. By default, they are going to install it.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay. Right, Chola. So now let's go to the server now. Okay, so now what we will do initially, we'll install .NET framework. Maybe if you are using other Windows servers and all, it will help you. Okay, how to install .NET framework in the server, guys? We are having everything, guys. We are having memory. We are having one core CPU. We are having hard disk, guys. This is 2 to 4 GB. Okay, we are having some, for some versions it will be like 1 GB memory is enough, guys. Okay, that is minimum. And we are having this hard disk, we are having one core CPU, we are having 4 GB hard disk free space. In my server I'm having, okay, around 15 GB free space. Okay, if you just click on this PC, you can see the C drive space. I'm going to install SQL Server in the C drive. So in this C drive I can see 15 GB, up to approximately 15 GB free space is there, right? So now we are good, guys. Hardware requirements wise, we are good. Software OS is already installed. .NET framework I'm going to install now. SQL Server software we have. SSMS, after the installation of SQL Server, we'll install SSMS. That also, okay, I'll show you how to do that. Now go to the server. Now I want to install .NET framework, right? Go to this icon, server manager, and click on add roles and features. Guys, again, this will be done by the Windows team, don't worry. Next, and then next, and then next. You want to install .NET framework, it's a feature. Go to next. In this section, you can see .NET framework feature. So expand this, select all these features. Okay, .NET framework, you will get this pop-up. Click add features and done. Okay, guys. So select .NET Framework 3.5. In the .NET Framework, we have 2.0, 3.0, 3.5, 4.7. So select all the boxes in the first option, .NET Framework 3.5, guys. That's it. Go to next and next and next. Here, very simple, you have to give the path, okay? Select this path, okay? Here, your software is there in the D drive, guys, in the OS drive. In the OS drive, in the D drive, actually OS is attached, right? In your operating system file itself, .NET framework is there inbuilt. So you have to give this path, okay? What is the path, guys? See here, E sources, right? XXX. Same path, replace E with D drive. D : /sources /yes/x/yes/. That's it. My .NET framework software is there in this path. But before that, make sure, anyhow, you have already attached the OS here. in the Oracle VirtualBox Manager, you have already attached the operating system under storage. Okay, so make sure Windows Server is attached here and make sure you are able to see SSS x64 free enusdb9 file in the D drive. Then you can simply give this path and then click on install, guys. That's it. In this way, we can install the .NET framework. Okay. In this way, we can install the .NET framework, guys. It don't take much time, hardly maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. Why it was hanged? The access, right? This was hanged. Click OK. Okay, and then click install. Done. Now you can see like this, a bar will be there, you can see on the screen. So once this is finished, .NET Framework will be installed and then we are good to start the SQL Server installation, guys. We are good to start the SQL Server installation. Okay, so in the meantime, any questions, guys?
Hi Shanmugh. In my laptop, I have successfully installed VirtualBox and everything is attached, but I'm not seeing that that CD drive on my PC side, my local computer side. Is that normal?
So you have created the VM, installed the operating system?
Yes, everything is up and running, but when I go to my local drive, see, I have only a single drive, but next to that drive, I'm not seeing that CD
See,
drive icon.
in your local laptop, you don't see any drives. Okay, it will be there in your server only.
Okay.
Don't get confused here, guys. There are two laptops you're handling now. This is the server one. This is your local laptop one. Okay, here you can see all your drives under in your local laptop. Before installing what kind of drives are there, every drive will be there with every configuration. No, you are not
Okay.
touching this. Okay, you're before that also you don't see that. Maybe you didn't observe that. That's it.
Okay, so
Before
it's all
that,
about in the server. Okay,
yes,
okay,
yes.
cool.
You have to just concentrate only on your server. Maybe
Okay,
before that also it was not there, but you haven't observed that. Now you are able to, now you are seeing that whether it is there or not. No, you don't see the D
okay,
drive in your local laptop. You are able to see in your server.
okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shanmugh,
Yes, yes, please.
as we are installing at Windows Server 2019, so still the .NET framework is need to install manually.
That's what. Okay. See, .NET Framework 2.0, 3.0 is mandatory. Okay. If you don't install, then it will be failed. Windows Server 2022, it was installed by default, but 2019, it's good to install. Okay. Before installing SQL Server, install the .NET Framework.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shanmugh,
Yes, yes, Sudhakar.
yeah, you have chosen a D drive while you are installing that
See that.
mm,
See, for example,
.NET framework.
correct, correct.
But somewhere it is showing E drive
No, no, no. That is example only. That is example only.
example. Okay.
That is just an example. Like this, you have to give the path. We
Oh.
don't. Can you see E drive in the server? Can
D
you
drive
see
only.
E drive?
Yes, D drive
Yes.
only.
If
I
I
can't.
gave directly E drive, it will be failed, right? As
Yes,
there is
sir.
no such path, it will be failed, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that is just an example like E drive, like that colon backslash sources backslash yes x yes backslash. So replace that E with the D drive. My OS is there in the D drive, right? So you have to replace the E drive with the D drive. That's it.
So now you installed, .NET framework. Then
Yes.
you have to install SQL Server 16, right?
2019, I'm going to install 2019.
But you told that from 2019 onwards, you need not to
See, that's
install.
what .NET Framework 2.0, in the .NET Framework also 2.0, 3.0 is mandatory. But up to
Okay.
2019, again, there is a correction so that I don't want you to confuse on this. Up to 2019, install the .NET Framework while practicing. In 2022, Windows Server, I'm telling about Windows Server 2022. .NET framework pre-built, it will be installed with your operating system. No need to install in 2022. Windows Server 2022. Up to Windows 2019, install the .NET framework manually. But this will be taken care by the Windows team. Again, I'm saying. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now this is clear, right?
Shanmugh,
Yes, please, Anil.
how can we know it is already installed .NET framework at Windows Server?
See, if it's already installed, while installing, you can see some boxes, right? Okay, that will be selected. While installing the add rules and feature section, next if you
Checkbox.
go, yes, okay, next, if you go, so you can see the .NET framework will be selected. If it's selected, that means it's already installed. If it's not selected, it's not installed. That's it.
All right.
As it's not selected 3.5, that's why we have selected, right? Okay, so if it's already selected, no need to select that one.
Okay.
And Shanmugh, how did you get this Win web server? How management web server?
By default,
IIS?
by default, these are the tools that will get installed, okay, in the web server, IIS and all. Okay, so not an issue, If you want, you can uncheck it.
Okay.
It's not mandatory, okay? You can uncheck it if you want. That will be during the installation itself. You can see if you go to next, web server will be selected. Unselect the web server. Okay, so it don't create any problem.
And in the add roles and features wizard, if this option pops up, like, do you need to specify an alternative source path? One or more installation selections have missing source files on the destination. That means something is wrong, or
nothing is wrong. That is
Okay.
an expected thing, Shimin. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, it prompts a message saying if the restart is required, do you allow the automatic restart?
No, unselect it. But again, my suggestion, don't practice it now. Okay.
No, not there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So installation succeeded, guys. So you can see installation succeeded on so and so server name. Okay, just close it. That's it. No need to restart the server, guys. Right? Fine, guys. This is how we will install the .NET framework in our practice. Okay, but in the organization, they don't ask us to install any .NET framework. That will be by default. .NET is important for every application, guys. Windows application. So it's not only for SQL. So other applications also need .NET, right? So by default, Windows team post installation of operating system, they will install .NET framework also. You nothing to worry. Okay, right, guys? Are we good now?
Sir, yes, one more thing. We need internet while installing.
See, in the organization, servers don't have any internet connection. Okay, all the servers will be connected in the intranet.
Yeah.
Intranet means mutually connected. Okay, internet means it will be connected to the public. Okay, let me show you this. See, all these servers can be connected internally. Okay, these servers can be connected internally, can communicate with each other internally. All the servers under one network, you can call these servers as intranet. I mean to say, not servers, the setup you can call it as intranet. So if these servers are connected to the public, okay, internet, right? If any of the servers are connected to the public, then that is called internet. If it is connected to the public, there is a chance that users can hack it. So that's why servers generally won't connect to the internet, guys. Okay. So the servers will communicate with each other mutually. The servers will connect to each other. That is called intranet. Okay. But if it is connected to the outside network, that is called internet. So servers don't have any internet connections. Why? Because there is a chance that hackers can hack it easily. Okay.
Yep.
Fine.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, Alam.
Yeah, sir, in service desk manager pop-up, it's automatically coming. You can do it in manually.
Which one?
Sir, this pop-up, sir. Service manager dashboard.
No, it will come. See, when you log into the server, automatically server manager, not service manager, server
Yeah,
manager.
sorry, server manager.
Yeah, server manager will automatically pop up. Okay, in case if it's not coming on the taskbar itself, you can see, you can just click. Still, if you don't see on the taskbar, just click on Windows. You can see server manager with a briefcase. Okay, you can get it. No issue.
Okay, thank you, sir.
No problem. Good, guys. Are we good now? Shravanti,
Yep.
Paga.
Yes, sir. We are good. Good to go, sir.
Yeah, Shanmugh. So you're saying that there is no need to use internet, right?
No. In the organization, we don't get the internet. Only your local laptop. Your office laptop will have internet, but that too limited connection. Your servers, you don't see any internet in your servers. You don't get internet also for your servers. Okay. It is like a vulnerability. So it will be a problem.
Okay, Shinu, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, guys, are we good now? So now what I need to install SQL Server. Okay. Software requirements. .NET Framework is also there. Next.
SQL Server software.
Right.
SQL
So
Server software.
I have to copy this SQL Server software. Okay, I
Into the
have to
server.
copy this SQL Server software from your shared location to the server, guys. Okay.
Server.
So I told you, right? So in the organization, the servers won't get internet to download the SQL Server software. Then Shanmukh, how can I copy the SQL Server software?
So
In
go
the
to the local
organization,
desktop.
yes, in the organization, we will have shared locations, guys, shared path. So whatever things that we are using regularly, like softwares, scripts, material, some standard documents, SOPs, standard operating procedures, documents and all, we'll keep it in one location for handy so that you cannot go and check every time, right? So that location you can call it as a shared location. So once you are into the organization, if you got a task to install the SQL Server, check with your colleague, hey, where I can get the softwares. Please let me know the shared location that we are going to use regularly, that we are using regularly. So you have to check with your colleague. He will give you the shared location. That shared location you have to open in the server run. Okay. It will be like this, guys. Something like this. Okay. Something. Please be muted, Mujafar, if you don't have questions. Backslash
Okay.
equal softwares like this. It will be like this. Okay. It's equal 2019. I'm just giving you an example, guys. Like this, it will be the shade path will be like this with a double backslash. It will start. So this path, where you will get it, guys, you have to ask your colleagues. They will give you the path. It's not a technical thing. You are not asking how to install SQL Server. This information you don't know that. In case if you go to the new office, you don't know where is pantry. Imagine in the 10-story building, you don't know where is pantry. Okay. Or you don't know where is the Xerox machine, right? You will ask someone, right, where it was, where is the resource and all. The same way, these are the internal resources. They only know this path, and also no worries, guys. You can ask these kind of things. You cannot ask, hey, how to install SQL Server 2019? I got a task. No. Then they will immediately catch you so that you don't have enough experience. So simply you have to ask, hey, from where we can get these softwares? What is the shared location that we are using? So you will get this kind of path. This path, you have to save it for the future reference. Why? Because regularly you will do installations, patchings and all, right? All those files will be stored in this shared location, guys. Okay. For now, what we can do, okay, for now, what we can do, earlier we have attached the Windows operating system, right? So now the Windows operating system work is completed. Now, instead of Windows operating system, I am going to attach the SQL Server operating system under storage. Windows operating system work is completed, right? So now what I'll do, I'll simply select this Windows Server 2019 ISO image. I'll select the disk again, and I am going to attach the SQL Server software by choosing this, and I'm going to attach 2019 developer edition. Double click on that. Now see, Windows Server was replaced with the 2019 SQL Server, and click OK. So now it was attached as a SQL 2019. Okay. Right. Now what we can do, go to the server. Now go to this. See, earlier S, you can see S means Windows Server. Just refresh this. You can see SQL setup. Right? Can you see SQL setup, guys? It was attached. Or Sanmukh, I don't understand. Copy the file, no issues. Whatever files you downloaded, I gave you the access to download the software, right? Whatever files you downloaded, the SQL 2019 setup file, you can right click, copy and paste it here. Why we are discussing this option means some people, if they don't use RDP connection, they cannot directly copy paste it. For them, I'm explaining this option also. Clear, guys? What you have to do, very simple. Before installing the SQL Server, go to the VirtualBox Manager, go to the machine, go to the settings of this machine, go to the storage, replace. Here you can see Windows Server, right? Select that Windows Server, click on this disk, choose virtual optical disk file, select 2019, okay, and then click open or double click on 2019. It will attach, okay, in the disk, guys. That you can see in your server like this. In the D drive, you can see. అవునా లేదా చూద్దాం.
Some of these are server drives only.
Yes, server drives only. Yeah. Okay, guys, are we good now? This is how you can attach. Why? Because some of you are like not using the RDP connection. So for them, again, it will be a problem. You cannot copy paste it, the software and all. So the easiest way is go to again machine settings, storage, and then attach the Windows. I mean to say replace the Windows Server software with a SQL Server software like this, guys. Right? Now let me open this setup file. Open this. Now you will get the setup file. You can see here Shankat Naik. Okay, 1 minute. Let me do one thing, guys. That okay. I have to open this chart also.
Sir, in organization, VM box are available there, sir.
Sorry, VM?
VM box are available there in
VM
organization.
box. No, you won't be like, you cannot control this. It will be in the control of your Windows team.
Windows team.
Yes. Right. So that's what in the organization you cannot attach like this. I got your question. So in the organization, we are not going to control the screen, guys. Windows team will control it. But in the organization, I told you, right, shared location. We'll use shared location to copy the softwares in the organization. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Yes.
But here in our practice, we are using this method. Okay,
Okay.
attaching the software.
Okay.
Right. Now, when you open that SQL setup, you can see the setup file again. Okay. So now always remember application type files. What is the type of the file? Application. Application type files you have to open with a
Run as administrator.
very good. Okay. So right click, run as administrator, and you will get yes or no pop-up. Click on yes, and then you will get the SQL setup file, guys. Okay, you'll get the SQL setup file. I'll show you. It's loading now. Listen carefully, guys. It's important. Okay, so but it's easy only. Lot of other things. Okay, different things we are going to cover, but don't worry, it's easy. Again, tomorrow morning I'll show you, but again, it won't be like a detailed discussion. Okay, I'll just explain. Okay, but now I'm going to explain completely the installation of SQL Server and all. Right. Okay, fine. Now this is the setup file. This is called installation center. What is that, guys? SQL Server installation center. Okay. So when you open that setup file with run as admin mode, you can see the installation center. This is the whole document, guys, from beginning to ending. So like time to time, like we are going to cover all the things, okay, from this installation center. Okay, so based on the requirements, these are all not related to only SQL DBA, other components also there, but SQL related components and all we are going to cover slowly, okay, one by one. Now if you want to see the full list of hardware and software requirements, you can just click on this link. You can see the full list of hardware and software requirements, in detail list of hardware and software requirements. This is a security documents. They're all called documentation related, guys. Okay, you don't see anything here. Now you want to install the SQL Server, right? Go to installation phase. Now you can see there are a lot of options. Okay, let me explain, guys. Let me explain. So there are two types of installations, guys. There are two types of installations. Can anyone tell me? Okay. Standalone installation and a cluster installation. Standalone and a cluster installation, guys. Forget about cluster for now. In the future HADR classes, we'll discuss. Standalone, what is meant by standalone, guys? Standalone building. What is meant by standalone building?
A single server installation?
Correct. Very good. Very simple. If you are installing SQL Server in a single Windows machine, that is called standalone installation. If you are installing SQL Server on a group of Windows machines, that is called cluster installation. Cluster, there is a separate topic we'll discuss in detail about cluster, Windows cluster, SQL cluster, forget about it. So now I am going to install SQL Server in this Windows machine, single Windows machine I am installing. So which option I have to choose, guys? New SQL Server standalone installation or add features to existing installation. I have to select this option, guys. If you are installing SQL Server in the single Windows machine, you have to choose this. So Shanmukh, how do I know? Guys, in the organization, I told you, right, we'll follow a process, guys. It's not like someone comes to you and, hey, please install 2019, nothing like that. Why? Because SQL installation, SQL Server will be used to store the data, to process the data, to retrieve the data. That you know, right? But SQL Server is also used to integrate the data from different sources like integration services. By using SQL Server, we can generate the reports using SQL Server reporting services, and we can analyze the data using analysis services. There are a lot of other components you will get it with this installation, but we cannot install all the components. Like if you turn on all the lights and fans, what you will get? AC, lights, fans, TV, washing machine, heater. What you will get, guys? You will get more power bill, correct? In the same way, don't think that you bought the whole SQL Server software. No, whatever you are paying, whatever your company is paying, that is only for the SQL instance. Lot of other components also there. Unknowingly, if you select other components, your company will get more bill, guys. Without using the components, you have to pay extra. Clear, guys? So before installing the SQL Server, there will be a sheet called, what is that sheet, guys? What is the
Build
sheet?
sheet.
Very good. Build sheet. Build sheet. In this build sheet, they will mention what type of instance they need. What should be the instance name? I'll tell you what is the instance and all. Okay. Whether they need a default instance or named instance. Okay. What kind of service accounts? What kind of features? Okay. What kind of features that you want to install? Okay. What kind of settings, configurations that you have to enable. Everything application team will prepare a document and they will give it to you based on their inputs only. We have to select the components, guys. Okay, are we good now, guys?
Yeah, sir.
Right? So
Yes, sir.
product key, I am going to install a free edition, guys. If you select this, you can see all the free editions. Express Sheets free edition we discussed earlier. Okay, but it will be there are a lot of challenges with the database sizes and all. Evaluation is free, but the maximum database, sorry, it will be valid for only 6 months. Developer edition is also free from 2017 onwards, so you can choose developer. In case if you want to install paid editions, standard edition, enterprise editions, both are paid editions, right? In such scenario, select the second option, give the product key. Shanmukh, where I'll get the product key? In the organization, will maintain all the keys in a separate section that you can call it as a key vault, or maybe they will use some Excel sheets and all. If you are trying to install either any paid editions, okay, like enterprise edition or standard edition, you have to select this option. You have to give the key automatically. Based on the key, it will install. But if you want to try to install a free edition, you can select a specify free edition option. Make sure you are selecting a developer edition, guys. Okay, go to next.
In organization, what will we use? Free edition or paid version?
This we have already discussed, Sudhakar. In the lower environment, we'll install free editions. In the higher environment, we'll install paid editions.
Okay, sir, whatever we want to install, like SQL, we have to first copy from shared locations, right?
Yes, correct.
In shared location means it is folder, right?
Yes, folder. It's a folder. It's a folder where it can be able to connect to all the servers. That is called shared location. Okay, if it is a local folder, see, if you create the folder here in the server, only this server can access, right? Generally, for example, let me open this PC. Okay, I'm in the C drive. Sudhakar, you have to do extra homework. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So for example, I created one folder like SQL software. I created this folder. This is a local folder. Only this Windows machine can access this folder. But if I
Yes.
make this folder as shared, all the other servers also can access this folder.
Okay.
Okay, so in such kind of shared locations, we'll store the resources like SQL softwares, updates like patchings, patch files, service packs, cumulative updates, scripts, okay,
Means
documents.
already downloaded ones are there.
Already
in the
downloaded things will be saved in this location. This will be accessible for all the servers in the organization. If it is shared location,
Yeah.
I'll show you how to make a folder as a shared path. Okay, shared location.
Who will download?
DBS only will download. DBS only will download.
Okay.
Either we have to download, sometimes they will ask us to download, sometimes managers will download and they will keep it in the shared location, leads will download and keep it in the shared location, SMEs will download and keep it in the shared location. So everyone can contribute to this shared path. Okay, right? And you will get the links, whatever softwares you want to download, like paid editions and all, using the community links you're able to download. Fine. So that is all for now related to the shared location, right? So now let me go to the setup file. So let's continue now. Click on I accept the license terms. Once you select, this is a common, right? For every software, you have to accept the license terms and all. Go to next. Right. Now let me discuss this. Okay. So let me go back. It will go to next immediately. Let me go back. So guys, listen carefully. See, you can imagine that you have met all the software and hardware requirements, but it's not like that. SQL Server internally will do some checks whether this server DBE is eligible to install the SQL Server or not. It will go for some checks, pre-checks. Okay, setup administrator, setup account privileges, restart computer. It will go for some pre-checks. If it satisfies all the pre-checks, then only it will allow you to go to next. If any of the pre-check, even one pre-check is also failed, even one pre-check is also failed, or you can say it is a global rule. Even one global rule is also failed from this list. This next button will be grayed out. Are you getting the point, guys? It will
If
go
we are
for
getting any warning, means that is
warning. It will be fine. Warning. It will be fine. See, only failed things it won't allow you to proceed. Warning, skipped, everything is fine. See here, passed 8. There are no failed checks, no warnings, no skipped things. Skipped warning will be fine. It don't create any problem. I'll show you in the next screen, maybe next to next screen I'll show you. But if out of this 8 checks, if any check is failed, the next button will be disabled, guys, grayed out. Okay, so sometimes restart computer check will be failed. What is the solution, guys, if this check is failed?
we need to restart the
Correct. So guys, correct,
system.
guys. So best practice is before and after installing the SQL Server, it's always good to restart the Windows Server. Restart the Windows Server. How to restart? Windows button, power button, restart button. Okay, as it is new, no need to take the approvals. But if it is already a running machine, okay, then you have to take the approvals. I'll tell you what is approval and all. Don't worry, guys. Okay, but don't worry. So now, if any of the checks are failed, this next button will be grayed out, but warnings, skipped and all will be fine. Now we are good, guys. Okay, so it's always good to restart the Windows machine before and after installing the SQL Server. So in this screen, we are good, guys. Okay, it is you can see this was enabled. So go to next. So in the next screen, you can see Microsoft updates while installing itself. If any current updates are there, it will try to install. But update means what? It has to download from the internet, right? Correct, guys? Current
Yeah.
Yes,
updates,
sir.
it has to download from internet. So internet means servers don't have access to the internet. So it cannot download, right? So you can skip this step. You can simply go to next. No need to select any updates and all. When you select next, it will show an error like this. SQL Server setup could not search for updates like this. So this is common. Okay, guys. Why? Because there is no internet access to the server. So this is very common. You will get this message. So don't worry at all, guys. Clear? Product updates.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. Now go to next. Now it is installing some setup files to initiate the installation. It will install by default some setup files it will install. So let it install. Okay. So once it's done, then this next button will be enabled. Then we can go to next, guys.
Sir, in organization, Microsoft updates will be enabled, sir.
No, that's what I'm saying. In the organization, for Microsoft, if you want to enable Microsoft updates, you should get internet. In the organization, servers will have internet.
Sir.
If
No,
there is
sir.
no internet, how can it download the updates? No, right? So that in the organization scenario only I'm explaining now.
Okay, okay.
Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Not sure tomorrow morning. I have to pick up my relative from the railway station, guys, tomorrow morning. The train will should come at 4 a.m. in the morning, but now I can see it is showing 3 hours delay. It might come in the 7 a.m. like that. So let's see how it goes. Maybe overnight I'll check the status. Okay. So if it is okay, then maybe if it is like nighttime, generally they will cover the speed and all, right? So if it is able to reach by 4 or 5, that's okay. I'll pick up my relative and I'll come back. I'll take the class. If I am not able to take the class, I'll update you in the class tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. guys. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Or else maybe if it is late for 5 to 10 minutes or half an hour and all, I'll update you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
Okay, Shanu.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Sir, small doubt, sir.
Please, Venkat.
Sir, as you said that we can create a small server. So like we practice 25, around 30 people are listening your classes. So you can give the access to all of this server access. So like a Shenmukh IT Academy, you can create a small server, Windows server, to give access to all of these.
It's not like I can create. See, that needs an extra setup, Venkat. I got your point, but that needs an extra setup. Today you will install, tomorrow another guy will uninstall it. It will be like that. I have faced all these things. Okay. So don't think see, you will install properly, everything is correct. Okay. Now you are doing that. That's good. After 1 hour, someone did something and now it's not running. So how it will be? And for that, we have one option that we have to use Azure VMs. So in case if we again jump into Azure, you should know what is Azure, how to create VM, how to access. It will create some confusion over the group. That's why slowly we'll go and you can set up all these things. See, it's not like everything I can explain everything. Okay, all the concepts and all, no issues, and I can even show you. But if the servers also I am creating and I am giving, where you are practicing, what are your efforts here?
So
You
give me
should know
a
all the
task,
challenges, right? You should know all the challenges. Start building from the scratch. You will get all the challenge. Why? Because as a DBA, you should know 40% of Windows activities also. Then only you can talk to Windows team. Otherwise, they will tell you, hey, this is not my work. So if you don't have OS level authority, how you can tell them, hey, this is your work? If I simply create one VM and if I give it to you, Aram se you'll install SQL Server. Chalo, done, completed. You will close the laptop. You will watch the IPL. Okay, so start building the things from scratch so that you will get some confidence and all in the environment.
Shanmugh,
Yes, Deepak.
I don't know the question is valid or not, but just think so that I'm going to ask you.
No
In
problem.
a previous step, there is some hidden file setup is installing that we can't see the file
No,
name.
that we cannot see. That we cannot see. It is
So,
going to install the set of files automatically.
suppose that there is scenario that my organization want to check what exactly the file is going to install behind that
In such
for the
scenarios,
security purpose. So,
no problem. See, the thing is, in such scenario, after the installation, it will create one file called detail.txt file. I'll show you. There you can see what and all files installed during the installation. Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. So now guys, see here. There are some warnings, but we are good. It's showing next button means we are good. Not an issue. Again, it just went for some more checks, global rules and all. Now, again, you can just simply skip here, go to next. Right. Now, concentrate, guys. There are, see, not much, very simple, very easy, guys. Few terminologies you have to concentrate during the installation. That's it. Very simple. Installation is very simple. See, in the tomorrow I'll show you how simple it is. Next install. But we cannot directly go right. We should know each and every component meaning. So that's why we are spending the time now. But tomorrow morning, as you'll have some idea, we'll simply go to next and install, guys. But now just concentrate. Simple terminologies are there. Right. For example, now I told you, right, SQL Server will be used to store the data, to process the data, to retrieve the data, and to integrate the data, to analyze the data, to generate the reports, right? All these components will help you guys to do all these things. But I don't want analysis services, reporting services, integration services for now. Okay, I want only SQL Server, right? So if you want only SQL Server, then the main component that you have to choose is database engine, guys. This is the heart of the SQL Server. Like how car engine is important to the car, bike engine is important to the bike. Without engine, you cannot run the bike or car. Without this database engine, you cannot run SQL Server. This is the very important component. Okay. See, when you buy any product, you can see all the components. Okay. For example, if you buy any component like any food and all, okay, if you buy noodles packet, you can see how much percentage of atta, how much percentage of flour, how much percentage of salt, right? You can see, right, what and all components included in that product. You can see the list of components and the percentage, the values and all. In the same way, when you purchase SQL Server, you will get all these components. That doesn't mean you have to select all. If you select all, I told you, right, the power bill. Sometimes unknowingly, if there is no proper DBA, okay, they will select all these things like this, guys. You can see all these mistakes when you're in the organization. Sometimes Oracle DBS itself will manage the SQL servers also. They don't know. It's not like Oracle DBS don't know that. That is their work is Oracle DBA, but sometimes they might ask you to work on SQL Server also. Unknowingly, they will select all the components. So what will happen? Your company unknowingly it has to pay extra bills to the Microsoft. So we don't need all. Okay. So we need some basic components, guys. What are those? Not basic. We need very important components. What are those important components, guys? Class on Monday. Okay. So yes. We have no Sudhakar. No. Okay. Fine. So the very important component is database engine. That is one important
Database engine,
component. Right. Next, the replication feature is also an important feature that you have to select. And then full text search. This will help you for the searching your data and all. These three main components you have to remember, guys. These are very important. But again, I told you, right, the build sheet. In the build sheet, they will mention what and all components. For example, see, one customer, they can use only SQL Server. Another customer is looking for SSIS, SSRS and all. So in the build sheet, they will mention the components also, what and all components you have to install. They will mention, guys. So don't worry, Shanmukh, we have to remember all these things. No. In the build sheet, they are going to mention the components that you want to install. But generally, even if they don't mention, if they simply ask you to install SQL Server, in this section, you have to choose database engine, replication, and full text. Guys, listen carefully. If you see this section, it's actually two parts, guys. This is the feature section. It's actually two parts. If you see here, this is one part. Okay. And if you see here, this is second part. This first part is called specific features. The second part is called shared features, guys. Clear? Specific features, shared features. Let's discuss what is specific, what is shared. Okay, let me explain with this example. If you are staying in a PG, if you are staying in the PG, like or hostel, what are your specific things, guys? What are your specific that belongs to you only?
The room belongs to you.
Bed.
Room belongs to
Bed
you,
belongs-
Shibin.
No, that will be shared.
You will sell that room.
Laptops, mobiles.
Very good. Your own laptop, your
Yeah.
own mobile phone, your own things like clothes, dress, everything belongs to you. Specifically, they are belongs to you. What are the shared features in the PG?
Washing machine,
Washing
like
machine, lights, fans, AC, right? And fridge and
Water.
Wi-Fi,
Wi-Fi.
water, all these things. If one or more people are using that, that is a shared feature. Correct,
Hmm.
guys? Right?
Yeah.
If you are only
Yes, sir.
using, that is your specific feature. Very simple. So in the same way, Shanmukh, why we need this? I'll tell you. In this Windows machine, imagine this Windows machine is one PG. Okay, imagine this Windows machine is one PG. In this PG, I can accommodate 50 people. Are you getting the point, guys? In this PG, I can accommodate 50 people, maximum 50 people I can accommodate. That 50 people is called 50 instances. What is an instance, guys? Instance. Instance means it's a
software copy
SQL
of SQL
Server software copy. One
Every
SQL Server
single
software
installation.
copy. Yes, one SQL Server software copy is called one instance. Okay, guys, one
Yes.
SQL Server software copy. If you install only once, that is one instance. If you are trying to install twice, two instances. Thrice, but again, successful installations, guys, not failed and all. One successful installation, one SQL Server software copy, two successful installations, two copies, three copies, four copies. Like that, how many copies you can install in a Windows machine, guys? Max 50 copies you can install. 50 SQL servers you can install in one Windows machine, guys. 50 SQL servers you can install. Guys, Shanmukh, are we going to install all 50? No. That's the maximum, okay, feasibility that Microsoft is giving. Correct? But generally in the organizations, some people will use only one copy. Some people will use two copies. Some will use three copies, max three copies. Why? Because more than three copies, it will create some challenges on the OS level. Right? You have to allocate more RAM, more CPU and all. If you restart Windows machine, all these three instances are going to be restarted. So it will create some challenges, right? So max to max, they will install three copies. If it is production, they will install only one copy, guys. Guys, is it clear what is copy? Oh, sorry, what is an instance?
Yes.
It's a SQL
Yes, sir.
Server software
Yes.
copy. One installation, one successful installation copy is called one instance. Like that, how many copies you can install? 50 copies. Correct? Now, I told you that I gave you an example. This is a PG. In this PG, I can accommodate 50 people. Right? So each person, see, imagine this database engine is the mobile phone, this is the laptop, and this is his clothes and all, right? And now shared features. Shared features I have to create, right? In my PG, I have to set up the fan, I have to set up the light, Wi-Fi, AC, washing machine, right? So now tell me how many shared features I can install per Windows machine? How
50.
many? How many shared features? So 50, who said 50?
Me, Suresh, sir.
Suresh,
Single
now tell
time
me,
use.
Suresh, now you are staying in PG. In your PG, 50 people are there. That PG owner is going to provide 50 washing machines to everyone,
No.
50 ACs, 50 Wi-Fi routers, 50 water bottle, whatever it is, right? 50 fans and all. No, right? only one copy he'll install, right? So shared features will be installed only once per machine. Are you getting the point, guys?
Yes.
Specific features can be installed multiple copies. This section can be installed multiple copies, but shared features only once. These are like ACs, fans, geysers, TVs. Okay, like that. So one copy is enough in the machine. All the other instances, they will use these shared features, guys. Are you getting the point? Clear, guys?
Shanmukh,
Yes, please.
if I suppose we are installing a different version of the SQL Server, then also this rule is
Yes,
applicable.
yes. In such scenario also, this will be applicable. Okay, very simple. Like in the PG, different age groups will be there. Okay, different people from different companies will be there. Right, maybe working, studying, whatever it is. Right. So there is no specific criteria. Okay, all non-employees, you have to use this fan or this TV. It's not like that, right? Everyone is going to use the same TV, the same AC, the same fan, right? So even though you're installing different versions of SQL Server, shared features are common. No need to install multiple times. Only first time is enough, guys. Guys, are we good now? Everyone, everyone.
Yes.
Lula,
Yes, sir.
Alam, Prasad.
Yes,
Fantastic.
yes.
Okay. So
Yeah,
now,
it's clear.
yeah. So what kind of shared features you have to install? I'll tell you guys. No need to install all shared features. Very simple. Just remember client. Just a client. Remember the word client. I mean client tools. Okay. Client tools connectivity. Client tools backward compatibility. Client tools SDK. SQL client connectivity SDK. These four are common, guys. No need to install other things. In case if customer is looking for extra services, they will mention in the build sheet. You have to simply select that feature here. That's it. That's it. Generally, if they don't mention any services, you have to select these 3 specific services and these 4 shared services, guys. That's it.
Sir,
Clear, guys?
so we need to follow, sir, so we need to follow bill set, right?
Yes, build sheet. You see, if it is startup company and all, they don't follow any build sheet. Why? Because one DBA is there, he is working since years, he know what and all things has to select. You will simply select, you don't create any documentation. But if you don't have build sheet or if they are not providing build sheet, these are the common things that you have to select, guys, in this section. Good now?
Yeah.
Are we good,
Mm.
guys?
Shanmukh,
Yes, please.
I mean, is there the feature that we are selecting? So do we need to have all the knowledge about the every and
No,
each?
not required.
Okay,
If
thank you.
we need, I'll only tell you.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, not required. I told you, right, specific database engine is the heart of the SQL Server.
No.
Feature also the
And
organization given.
replication is like is a one feature. I'll tell you what is replication. Full text will help you to search the data. Remaining all these things, you can leave it. Not an issue. Okay.
Shanmukh,
Yes, please.
you know that you can install, up to 50 SQL servers, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. We need to select these features only on SQL Server, right?
Only for
While
the first
installing
time. See, for the
first
first
time.
time, we will select all these features. Next time
Okay.
onwards, we'll select only these 3 for every copy.
For
See,
every cat.
my
Okay.
PG, in my PG, if one person came, I'm going to set up the fan, AC, everything else.
Yes.
If second person came again, I don't need to set up the AC, fan and all, right? It's already there. So simply he will bring his own laptop, he will bring his own mobile phone, he will bring his own clothes and all. That's it. So next time if you are installing only these 3, you have to select. It will be grayed out, guys. I'll show you tomorrow. You don't see these things. It will be grayed out as you have already installed. I'll show you tomorrow. Okay, as now we are first time we are installing, right? Now it's enabled. But next time tomorrow, if you're trying to install second copy, these options will be grayed out. What and all components you selected, it will be grayed out. It don't allow you to install again.
And based on the editions, these features will be changed.
See,
some features.
in every edition, features will be there. In some editions, it will support. I mean to say, it will work. In some editions, it don't work. Forget about editions. Whatever editions, you have to select these components only. Okay.
Shan,
Yes, Anil, please.
Suppose here the project is going on almost 6 months. Then after they need some any special features.
Yeah. Very good question. I'll tell you. We can do that. If you remember this, see, let me go to this screen. What is there? Tell me.
Store no installation or add features and
Add
existing
features on
installation.
existing
Correct.
installations.
After 6 months, customer is asking, hey, please, I need MDS services, master data services. You can simply open this setup file. You can only select MDS services. You can
Okay,
only
that is
select
actually
Polybase.
there.
That's it. Whenever you want, after 6 months, after 1 year, today you installed, tomorrow you forgot one component, tomorrow you want to add that component, you can add it.
Right. Okay. Good.
Yes. Okay, guys, are we good now?
Yes.
Yeah, so these components we have to select. In case if you want to install analysis services, you have to choose this analysis services. If you want to install integration services, you have to select this option. If you want to install reporting, earlier you can see reporting services also like this only, but from 2017 onwards, reporting services is separated, okay, from the setup file. So you have to download it separately like this, and you have to install it separately. Okay, so these are the SSIS, SSRS, SSAS. In case if they're asking you to install, you have to select. If they're asking you to install SSAS, select analysis services. If they're asking you to install integration services, SSIS, select this. We don't use it, guys. They might use for data processing, for reporting purpose, data integration and all, they might use it. For that purpose, they might ask us. In such scenarios, we have to simply select SSIS, SSRS, and SSAS, guys, like this. Okay, and
Hello,
these
sir. There is a
yes,
deployment of package now,
no, we are not going to take care of the deployment of packages. There is a
but
separate
the
section called business analyst. Analyst will take care of these three components: SSIS, RS, AS. Okay,
no,
if
but
they're
as per my
asking,
knowledge,
that's
okay,
what,
sorry,
Amit.
sorry.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
what. In some organization, they might ask DBS to deploy the packages. The pure
Correct.
DBS work is not to deploy any packages. That is an extra knowledge that you want to work, that you want to learn. If you want to learn extra cheese like SSIS packages or SSAS cubes or SSRS reports, you have to learn the BIDS components, Business Intelligence Development
No,
Studio.
I am
But
just aware of the packages only.
yeah, Amit. That's what. In some organizations, DBA has to. They might ask you, hey, create this package and all. But very rarely we will
Not
have.
create, just to deploy.
Yeah, deploy or create, whatever. Depends on the
Okay,
requirements and
sorry,
all.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So they might ask you to do that, but you can tell them in case if you don't have an idea. So in my organization, in my previous project, I didn't get a chance to
Mhm.
work with the packages and all, but I'm ready to learn. Okay, why? Because
Okay.
packages and all, if you go in such direction, again, that is a
No.
separate. Yeah. That's
My
I'm giving you.
friend
I
told
got you. I
me.
got you. I got you.
Yes.
Amit, I got you. Why? Because people, not
Yes,
only
sir.
you, people will have this kind of questions. So for them, I'm explaining. So if you
Mhm.
go in that direction, that is a separate course, which is a 2.5, 3 months course, guys. So
Okay.
SSIS, RSAS, as a DBA, we have to install it. That is our responsibility. If
Yes, yes.
they might ask you to deploy the packages and all. Ask them if they have any document for that. Just follow the
Yes.
document with the screenshots. It
Okay.
will be there. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So guys, now these components will be installed.
One question, please.
Yes, please.
In some organizations, they may have like OLTP and OLAP environments.
OLAP, yes.
So how can we just set up that design from here,
See,
or is
mostly
that a separate
same.
issue?
I got your point. So same OLTP, OLAP, OLTP, OLAP, all these things belongs to same BIDS only. So tell them that you didn't get a chance to work on this OLTP, OLAP and all. Okay, so in case if you need, say for example, you found one job description, they're asking OLTP, OLAP. Maybe you can prepare some interview questions on that OLAP, OLTP and all. In case if they mentioned specifically in the job description the mandatory skill as OLTP, you can just go through some interview questions. Okay, but you can tell them that I don't have experience in my last project. We didn't get a chance to work on this OLAP, OLTP and all. So if you give the chance, I can work on it like that. You can justify. You can tell them. But
Okay,
if you
thank you.
if it is not satisfied, then you can learn few basic things about OLAP, OLTP and all. Like in the Google, if you just type, you will get some basic interview questions. You can prepare those interview questions.
Okay, right.
Yeah. So Sudhakar, for every SQL Server version, first time installation, we need to select shared features. For the first time, yes, you have to select the shared features. Next time, no need to select the shared features. You can simply select the specific features.
Okay.
Right? So where you are going to install these components and all, okay? So in the C drive, currently I'm having only C drive. So I'm selecting. So mostly in the organizations, they are going to choose D drive, E drive and all. Currently I'm having C drive. In the C drive, I have 13,000 MB free space. Okay. But I need 1700 MB. So which is, I need 1700, but I have 13,000. Good, right? We are good, right?
Yes, sir.
I need less, I have more. Okay, so we are good to install. I have enough free space in the drive, so I can
Yes.
go ahead and I can install, guys. Go to next.
Sir, already installed box.
What, Venkat? I'm not getting you. Already installed.
The Windows PowerShell 3.0 and higher.
Yeah,
Windows
these are the
Visual.
these features are already installed. You can leave it. Okay, you just it is giving some information. That's it. Yeah. Now listen carefully, guys. Very important. This is the second terminology. Earlier we discussed the shared features, specific features, right? That is one terminology. This is the second important terminology. I told you, right? Instance is one SQL Server software copy is called one instance. Like that, how many instances we can install? 50 instances we can install in a box, in a single Windows machine or box. Right. Out of 50, one default instance. Second one is remaining 49 named instances we can install. So Shanmukh, what is default and named? Guys, functionality wise, there is no difference between default and named instance. Functionality wise, both are same. Default, how the functionality, like the features, in the same way, named instance also will work. Then why Shanmukh, why we have two types of instances, default and named? Default instance
It's like so.
will take the computer name while connecting to the server. SQL Server. Default instance will simply occupy the computer name, guys. Named instance, you will give the name. We will give our own name during the installation. That's it, guys. This is the only difference between default and named. So Shanmukh, why we can install only one default instance then? Tell me the reason, guys. You can see the answer on the screen itself. Why
Because
we
the
have-
computer name.
Windows only login.
There is only one computer name for one.
Correct. Very good. Very good. Imagine in this class, imagine two Anils are there. If I call, hey Anil, the best case, both Anils will respond. Worst case, no Anil will respond. Right? Imagine if I'm having two default instances in this machine, while connecting to the SQL server, I'll give the name, right? So if I give computer name, to which instance, to which default instance it will connect? Are you getting the point, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I am able to install two default instances in the machine, I cannot connect to any of the instances. So that is not going to work. So that's why we have default and named. Only one default instance we can install. It will occupy the computer name. What is the computer name? This one. It will occupy this name. So in the SSMS, you have to give this name to connect to SQL Server. So once it's occupied, the same name cannot be used for other instances. So that's why we can install only one default instance per machine. Clear, guys? Named instance you can install n number, 49 named instances you can install. Maximum 49 named instances you can install. Tomorrow I'll show you both default instance. Now I'll install default. Tomorrow I'll install named instance. Both I'll show you. You can see the difference. How to connect to default instance I'll show you. How to connect to named instance also I'll show you guys tomorrow. Okay?
So named instance, it will take duplicates.
No, we have to give the name.
Okay, that is our unique, right?
Still it don't take, see, very simple. If it is duplicate, while connecting, it will create a conflict, right?
Yes.
So it don't take any name, any instance, either default or named duplicates won't be, it won't take the duplicates.
Right.
So it's like primary, secondary.
No, not at all. It's not like
Okay.
primary, secondary. You cannot compare. No. It's a default is primary, named is secondary, not at all. Both are having its own importances. Like default is also important, named is also important. See, for example, customer is asking 3 instances in the Windows machine. One default will install, remaining 2 named instances will install. Okay, like that. Or we can install all 3 named instances only, whatever it is. Sudhakar, yes, Sudhakar, tell me.
You know, you can install these many, SQL servers, SQL Server instances, right? Yeah, all these for maintain only one app data or to maintain different
Different
apps
data, different data. Say, for example, imagine I'm having Azure application. Imagine I'm having Myntra application. For Azure,
Okay,
I'll use one SQL server. For Myntra, I'll use another.
Yes, that's it. Good, thank you.
Okay. Guys, are we good now? Default instance, named instance.
Sir, we can create here named instance 2 or 3 at a time.
At a time means how? Once this
Here,
is completed,
here.
Once this installation is completed, you can install second one. If that is also completed, third one. Like that, 49 you can create, but one by one you can create.
From the existing page, it is not available.
No. In this, you cannot simply, it's not a Xerox machine. Okay, 3 copies I need. Okay, 3 copies you'll get it. Not like that. Once the installation is done for one copy, you have to go ahead with the second copy, like the third copy.
For second copy also, we go for the same setup, right?
Same setup. Setup is same, but that doesn't mean, see, that's what I'm saying. You have to give the name, right? Where you will provide the name.
So like
second
for
name.
shared future, you said now, whenever you want, you just to go ahead adding existing features.
That is for instance. Per instance,
same
you
like
can.
that, I think.
Yeah, that's what. Once this is done, you can install second named instance, third named instance, but one installation has to be completed. Parallelly, this setup file, whatever you opened, it will allow only one installation at a time. Even though you're using command also, it will install one by one only. Don't install parallelly multiple instances. Okay? You can install 49, but one by one you have to install. At a time, you cannot select and you cannot install.
But default instance should be 1, right?
Yeah, default 1, named 49 max. Okay. So instance name, guys, if you choose default instance, it don't ask you to give any name. But if you choose named instance, this will be enabled. What it means, it is asking the name. Hey, what name you want me to put? Okay, so you can give the name. It will allow up to 15 characters, guys. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 characters it will allow. The instance name will allow up to 16 characters. You cannot give the name more than 16 characters. Okay, let me tell you. Let me add here. Named instance, it will allow 16 values in the instance name. Okay. Instance name should start with characters. These are some challenges of the named instance, guys. Instance name does not allow any special characters other than dollar and underscore symbol, guys. Okay. So now if you go to this, now tell me, can I name like this SQL Server 2019? Can I name the instance name like this? Is it a valid name?
No, sir.
No.
It is not allowed space.
Space.
Very good. Space is a special character. It don't allow you to give the name.
Oh.
It will simply throw you invalid. So if you remove the space, it will allow you. Or else instead of space, if you give underscore, it will allow you.
No.
Or instead of underscore, no, it will allow. Okay, instead of underscore, you
It
can
will
put
allow.
dollar also. Dollar and underscore. If you see here, instance name does not allow any special characters other than dollar and underscore. Okay, except, or else let me add this dollar and underscore. It will allow dollar and underscore. That doesn't mean, see, now tell me, let me go to this dollar SQL Server 2019. Is it a valid name?
Yes.
Type
No,
your
Yes.
answers.
no.
No, no, no.
No, type your answers in the
No.
chat. Yes or no, type your answers in the chat. Quickly, quickly. Quickly, I'll answer your question, Sarla. Okay, I'll answer your question. Okay, chalo. Only few people responded, guys. Okay, but that's okay, fine. Right, very good. Okay, so Ajay, no. Sudhir, Sudhakar, no. Manju, no. Suresh Kumar, yes. Sarla, yes. Anil, yes. Mujaffar, yeah, no. Josh, okay. Prasad, no. Hari, no. Nagi, yes. Ambati, no. Okay. Suresh Babu, good. Shravanti, no. Okay. And Suresh Babu and Ambati, okay. And Shravanti, why you changed your answer? Have you changed your answer again?
No, it's just a typing error, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. So the answer is those who said yes,
Yes. Tell me, sir.
it is correct.
Yes. Dollar and space will be allowed just before you typed in
But
the
you
name.
have mentioned characters, yes.
So those who said yes, it's wrong
Oh,
or right?
wrong.
Wrong.
Okay. So it don't allow. This is wrong, guys. Okay, it don't allow. Okay, mean to say, if you go to next, you'll throw the error. If you want to see, let me show you. See here. There are validation errors on this page. Click OK to close the dialog box. Review the errors at the bottom of the page, setup page, then provide the valid parameter. See, what is the error? You can see here. The specified instance name does not meet the instance naming rules for SQL Server. Okay, if you delete this dollar, okay, and if you can put dollar at any place, no issues, dollar here. Okay, just click outside once, and then I will click here once. It will be changed as per this name. And if you go to next, it will allow you. Okay, so like that. So instance name should starts with the characters only. Maximum 16 characters it will allow, and it shouldn't contain any special characters other than dollar and underscore. These three are major rules while naming the instance, guys. Okay, good, guys. So now I have a quick question. Again, type your answers. Okay, very quick question. Now I installed the default instance, guys. Tomorrow or maybe after 6 months, I want to change this default instance to named instance. Or I install a named instance, I want to change it to default, vice versa. Is it possible or not possible? Type your answers in the chat quickly. Guess it, no issues, guess it. You can use
I didn't get your question, Shanmugh.
I installed a default instance, Shravanti. Tomorrow or maybe after 1 month, I want to change this default instance to named instance or vice versa. Is it possible or not possible? Guys, if you don't know, you can guess it. We have a lot of options like Inky, Pinky, Ponky. We have those many options. You can guess it, guys. No issues. Okay. Tell me the answer. Just I need a response. That's it. Whether yes or no, I need a response. Sarla asked one question, right? What is that question? Let me go back and let me check. Sarla. Every time we cannot able to select default instance. Yes, Sarla. Once default instance is selected for the first time, next time that will be grayed out. You cannot select for the second copy. You have to choose the named instance only.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys, are we good? Good, 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 good. Importance to these two symbols. What are the importance? What is that question, Ambati? What are the importance to these two symbols?
Yeah, sir. Dollar or underscore.
Ah,
Why
it's
these
not
two
like,
symbols?
see, it's not like why these two symbols means Microsoft like having an option. Sometimes it can create its own rules, right? So it is allowing dollar and underscore rather than the other special characters and all. Why means for that you don't get the answer. Okay. Generally, special characters, mostly the widely used special characters are dollar and underscore. That's why it is giving the feasibility. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sravanti, okay, yes, Josh, no, Manju, no, Prasad, not possible, Anilyam, no, Deepak Parakar, no, Paraskar, no, Amit, yes, possible, and Venkat, no, and Suresh Kumar, no, Muzaffar, no, Sudhakar, no, Vamshi, no, Lula, not possible, and Hari, no, Ajay, Jasti, no, Sarla, yes, I think it's possible, Nagi, Manju, not possible, Sarla, I think yes, and Suresh Babu, no. Venkat, if it is possible, we can create Fortnite instance. Okay. And Shravanti, no. Santosh, yes. Sudhakar, no. Okay, the answer is no. Okay. It is not possible. You cannot change the type of instance after the installation. During the installation only, if you want to change, you can change it. After the installation, you cannot change it, guys. Okay. Right?
What about named instance? The named instance
Same,
also.
vice versa. Same. Default to name not possible, name it to default also not possible.
Hello, sir.
After installation, can't we
After
delete default
installation.
one, sir?
Sorry, Suresh, after installation.
Can't we delete default instance, sir?
Uninstall. That you can do that. You can removing and you are reinstalling with a different name. That is not what I'm asking. That is in case the after installation, whether we can change the type of instance from default to named or named to default. That is not possible. After that, you can uninstall the default. If you want to install named, you can uninstall default or you can install named. Or you can uninstall named and you can install default. But you cannot convert the existing instance to other instance.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Mujfar.
Sorry for request you, sir.
No
Need
problem,
to,
no problem.
sir, once again, sir, need to shortly describe default instance and name instance, sir.
The default instance will take the computer name while connecting to the SQL server. I'll tell you, I'll show you. Let me give the clarity. Let me check. In my local laptop, I have a SQL server. Okay, let me open that. You'll get an idea. This is my local laptop SQL server, guys. Don't worry, okay? I'm using my local laptop SQL server just to show you the demo, okay? Don't worry. All these things will be discussed, guys. Why I'm starting, what kind of services we have to start, everything will be discussed after the installation.
Actually, sir, this thing my organization, sir, server support teams are doing, sir. This one.
Okay.
Shanmugh, I have a quick question.
Yeah, Vamshi.
do organizations follow in real time how to name? I mean, is there a specific
Yes,
protocol
yes,
to name
yes.
instance, or is it the DBS discussion?
No, 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 no. A specific protocol is there. I'll tell you how to name the servers, how to understand, how to decode the server names and all. There is a separate topic I'll tell you. During HADR concept, I'll tell you.
Thank you.
Yeah. There is a name like for for your name, how the meaning is there. In the organization also, for every server name, there will be a meaning. You have to decode that meaning. Okay, I'll tell you guys. 1 minute, 1 minute, just 1 minute. It's loading. SSMS is still opening. Once it's opened, I'll show you.
Shanmuggaru, what is the difference, the major default instance and named instance?
It's just a name itself.
See, 1 minute, guys. Okay. So now SSMS is open. See, this is the SSMS, right? SSMS is a tool to connect to the SQL servers. Okay. I'll again explain about the SSMS later. Just I'm using it for a reference now. I want to connect to the database engine. Database engine is very important. So now server name, what name I'm giving, guys? This is actually a
Default.
computer name. This is actually computer name. How do I know that? Open CMD and type host name. You can see the computer name. Okay. So the same name I am giving here. Okay. This is my default instance. Default instance will take your computer name. Hello. Default instance will take your computer name while connecting. See, I'm going to click connect. Okay. I'm connecting to the default instance. Now I connected, guys. Now if I want to connect to named instance, again click on connect button. Now this time I already gave the name here. Can I use the same name to connect? If I can use the same name, to which instance it will connect? To this instance it will connect, or second instance it will connect? It will create a problem, right? Correct? That's why the names cannot be repeated. Okay. So now if I want to connect to named instance, see, this is my named instance name. Computer name / your named instance name. Why computer name? Why? Because imagine I'm having 100 servers. In each server, I can install a named instance. You should be able to identify right from which machine this is the named instance, from which machine or in which machine this named instance is installed. You should be able to identify, right? So named instance name will be computer name / SQL Server name. The default instance name will be only computer name. That is the only difference between default and named. Functionality wise, there is no difference, not even single difference also is there between default and named. Both will work in the same manner. Only while connecting, default instance will take the computer name. Named instance, you have to give a separate name. That's it.
Okay.
Clear, Muzafar?
Shanmugh, is
Yeah,
it
yes, sir.
mandatory to give this instant name as first
It's
default?
mandatory. No. Very good question. Okay, you can initially you can go with the named instance, or initially you can go with the default instance. It's not mandatory that only for the first time I have to go with the default, or next time all the second time I have to go to named instance. No. For the first time also you can choose named instance, or you can use default instance for the first time. It's not mandatory to choose any of the instances for the first time or the next time. You can choose anything.
Sir,
Got it.
both instances working are same things, right, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
The working, the functionality, features, everything is same. Okay. Only thing while connecting, if it is default, we'll give computer name. If it is named, whatever name that we are giving here, that name we will give while connecting to the SQL server. That's it.
Okay.
Sir, after installation, suppose we have to change system name. Is it problem to,
Very
is
good
any issues?
question. Yes, yes, it will be an issue. Very good
Yes,
question. Yes. If I, after the installation, if I change the server name, it will create a problem to SQL Server. It won't connect.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll tell you.
okay, okay.
Are we good, guys, now?
Actually, we are facing the same issue sometimes, and that's why I'm asking.
No problem, no problem. I'm sorry. Guys, take a break, come back after 10 minutes. 10 minutes, we'll discuss other components. It will take half an hour. Okay. So
Okay,
just
sure,
come
sir.
back after 10 minutes, not 15, 10 minutes. So we'll continue the installation part.
Sure.
Right, guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, chalo. Okay. So now is it clear, guys? Default instance, named instance. Is it clear, everyone? Any questions on that? Default named instance. Any questions on that, guys?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, chalo, okay. So you can see in case if any installed instances are there, previously if you install any instances, that list you can see here. What instance name, what is instance ID, and instance ID, I'll tell you guys, instance ID is nothing but it will create a folder in your C drive with the instance name. I'll show you. Okay. Currently, I'm going to choose default instance. For default instance, it will create a folder MS SQL Server like this C program files, Microsoft SQL Server. Your MS SQL 15.MS SQL Server, it will create a folder like this in your C drive. So that is called your instance ID. I'll tell you. Okay. So default instance and named instance. Default instance will take the computer name, whereas named instance you have to give the name. Okay. That name again, it cannot cross more than 16 characters. It should start with characters only, and it don't accept any other special characters, like it don't accept any special characters except dollar and underscore, guys. Okay, fine. So now I'm going to next. So next is also a the third important terminology, that is called service account. Okay, service account. Listen carefully, guys. What is service account? I'll tell you. Very simple. Okay, very simple. Go to this and this. Right. So imagine this is my Windows machine. Okay. This is my Windows machine, guys. And SQL Server. Okay. So this is my, let me go with this. This is my SQL Server installed in the Windows machine, guys. Okay. This is the SQL Server I installed in the Windows machine. Okay. Right. So every server will have its own drives, right? Drive. Okay. Drive or disk. Hard disk. Let's go with the hard disk. Right. This is your Windows server, this one, and this is your SQL Server installed in the Windows machine. Right. Now imagine this is connected to one application, gear symbol. This is connected to an application. This SQL Server is connected to an application. Any application? Tell me any application name, guys. Any application name?
Amazon.
Again, same example. Sorry?
Make my trip.
Midnight trip. That is
Make my
application.
trip, sir.
Late night trip.
Make my
Oh,
trip.
make. Oh, I am getting.
Flipkart.
That's okay. Okay, I thought late night trip. Okay. Make my trip. Okay. Make my trip.com. Right. So now I want to book one flight ticket. Okay. I want to book one flight ticket. So the record will be like this. One, Shanmukh from Bangalore to, okay, Vizag, okay, and date of journey 20th April 2024, cost around 5,000. Okay. Imagine I just booked one flight ticket in the Make My Trip, right? So when I book the flight ticket, it will generate a record like this, right? I'm giving an example, just for an example, okay? It will generate a record like this, right? Correct, guys? So From the application, you will book the ticket. That will generate a record like this. It will go to SQL Server. In the SQL Server, the data will be stored in the drives. So this record has to be written to the drive. Correct, guys?
Yes.
Then only the data will be stored permanently. Correct? If the data is written to the disk, it will be stored permanently, right? Even if you restart, the data will be there in the drive, right? Correct, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
So who will write this data to the disk, guys? Who will write? Any idea who will write?
SQL.
If it has to store the data, store means what? Writing, right? So someone has to write the data to the disk. Who will write, you know?
SQL Server.
Service account.
Okay, service.
Your service account will take care of this responsibility. Are you getting the point, guys? Is it clear? Is it clear? Your service account will read the data from the disk, write the data to the disk. Every service in the Windows operating system will have a services. Every software will be installed as a service in the Windows machine. Every service will run with one. For example, I'll tell you an example. What antivirus will do generally? What antivirus software will do, guys? How antivirus software?
It's any third party.
It will keep scanning the drives, correct? Correct. It will have its own virus database, right? Virus database. It will check all the files in this drives are matching with the database that it is having, correct? If it found any virus files, then the software will mark it as a virus file. At the end of the day, it will generate a report. Hey, Shanmugh, these are all the virus files in your system. Chalo, let me know what you want me to do. Do you want me to delete? If you choose delete, it will delete all the files, right? In the first action, what it is doing? It is scanning. In the next action, what it is doing? It is deleting in case if any virus files are there. Scanning means which operation? Read or write operation? Scanning.
Read operation.
Read operation. Deleting which operation? Read or write operation?
Write operation.
Delete, insert, update, delete. These are the write operations. On behalf of your Avesta antivirus, who will do that? Who will log into each drive, each folder? Who will scan each and every file? Who will do that?
Service account.
Your service account of antivirus will do that. So service account should be able to log into each drive to scan it. So service account is very powerful account. Same in the SQL Server also, it will write the data to the disk. Who will write on behalf of SQL Server? Your service account will log into the drive. It will write the data to the disk.
So is the service account like a built-in account which has like a strong read and write access?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
When you install any software, you don't choose any service account, but all the services will run on the service account only. If you go and check in my local laptop, see in the log on as section, this is your service account section. If you don't choose any service accounts, but still Microsoft will give its own service account that is called built-in service account.
Okay.
Microsoft also will give you a feasibility that, see, this is my account, I am giving it to you. If you don't like me, chalo, you can create your own account that is called customized service account.
Like Windows Defender.
Correct. You can give, see, I'll give you an example. In the PG, you are staying in a room. You are staying in a room. One maid is coming daily. Okay. She is doing all your works and she is completing in 30 minutes and she is going. Tomorrow, one person is added to you. Okay. Two people are there now in the room. Can she complete the same work in 30 minutes? No. At least 5-10 minutes extra.
Yeah.
45 minutes. Now, 3 people added to the same room. Now she will take extra time. Means if people are adding, the time to complete the works will be more. So she will take more time, performance issues.
Yes.
Correct? But what you decided is, no, it's very important for me. The maid, she has to work only for me. So I'll recruit one special maid for me. So that maid is called customized service account. I can give a separate service account to SQL Server. So that this, why? Because If you see the built-in service accounts, it is servicing for other services also, right? So SQL Server will get performance issues in reading and writing the data. I'll recruit a separate maid to me so that it will read SQL related data, it will write SQL related data. That personalized maid is called service account, customized service account, guys. Okay, so guys, is it clear what is service account? Is it clear? Forget about customized service account. Service account, is it clear? On behalf of SQL Server, someone has to read the data, write the data from the disk to the disk. That will be taken care by your service account. There are different types of service accounts: default service account, virtual service account, customized service account. Default, you will get by default with the SQL Server. Virtual, during installation, Microsoft will allocate a separate account. If you want, you can use it. If you don't want, you can change it. Service account, you can change at any moment, guys, at any point. During the installation, you can change it. After the installation also, you can change it. But after the installation, you need to restart the SQL Server. So it's better to change the service account during the installation itself. To change the service account, you need service account name and you need service account password also. Clear, guys? Service account, everyone? Are we
Yes,
good?
sir. Yes.
Guys,
Yes.
others?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is called service account. Service account is an account which helps you to run the service. And we have different types of service accounts, guys. Okay, so service account is an account which will help you. Service account is an account which will help you, okay, to run the service. It will read the data from the disk and write the data to the disk. We have 3 types of service accounts, technically 2 only, okay? Default and customized. One is default or built-in service accounts, built-in service accounts, virtual service accounts, and customized service account. In the organization, we'll use customized service account, guys. Okay, in the organization, we will use custom. Most of the organizations will use customized only. It don't use virtual, it don't use built-in. It will create some performance issues. So customized service account will use it for us. Okay, so as of now, I'm not changing anything. I'll keep it as it is. You should know. Can we change the service account after installation? Guess it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We can change.
We can change it. That is possible. Okay, I can change my maid, right? Whenever I want, I can change it, but
Yes,
I
yes.
need to restart it. That's it. Okay, so I can do that. I can change it. Okay, so I'll show you how to change it. So that's why as of now, I'm going with the default accounts. In the next session, I'll show you how to change the service account. Okay, that will be useful for you.
Sir, is it downtime activity
Yes,
when we are-
changing service account is a restart. You need to restart the SQL Server. Okay, so restarting is a downtime activity.
Is it static, sir?
Yes. Okay, guys, are we good?
Yes, sir.
Sir, if customized service account name means we need to give the account name and password also. Okay?
Yes, I'll show you tomorrow. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay.
Chalo, guys. Collation settings. Yeah, 1 minute, guys. Just 1 minute. Okay, chalo. Collation settings. Collation is nothing but language settings, guys. Very simple. Collation is nothing but language. You will enter the data inside the database, right? 1 minute. Please don't mind. 1 minute. Hello? Lakshmi? Right. Okay, guys. Collation settings are language settings, guys. Language settings in the sense what kind of data? I mean to say we have English, Hindi. While setting up the phone, you can see Hindi, English, Bengali. Okay, you can set up the language, right? In the same way, what type of data it is going to install? What type of data it is going to install? I mean to say, not install. What type of data you are going to insert in the database? That is called your collation settings. These are
For communication purpose, sir.
not communication. See, while typing the data, see, for example, when you open some Hindi news websites, you can see, okay, the text will be in Hindi, in Telugu. Like the data that you are entering into the database will be in your local language, right? In the same way, in the database of SQL Server, you can enter your own language database. Like it will support all these languages. Okay, you can see, right? You can see here, if you select this option, you can see all these languages. Chinese language, you can means the data you can enter into a Chinese language into your database as a Chinese and French and Dutch and Greek and Japanese, like this. Okay, you can insert the data that you are inserting into the SQL Server database can be from any language. That is called collation setting. But we are going to insert English language, right? English language data. So this is the default collation setting. Latin means like how Sanskrit is there for Indian languages, Latin will be there for English and all. So SQL Latin 1, General CP1, Code Page 1, and CI, Case Insensitive, Accent Sensitive. This is your collation settings. Default collation settings, we don't change it. Mostly we'll use the same collation settings, guys, in the organization. And after the installation, we cannot change the collation settings. It's not that much simple. Sharmukh, this is a language settings, right? Can we change whenever I want? No. It is a difficult. We can change, but you have to change the binaries and all. It's a difficult process. There is no simple process to change the collation settings, guys. Sometimes you have to, for a smooth changing, you have to do migration also. Sometimes you have to edit the registry keys and all. That's a big headache. Okay, changing collation settings. So mostly the straight answer is we can change it, but it's not simple. We can change either through registry edit or we have to migrate it to the respect to collation settings and all, like that you can answer, guys. Okay, collation means language settings, guys. That's it. What type of language you're inserting into the database, that is called your language settings. If you want, generally it's SQL Latin 1, General CP1. Sometimes in the interest they will ask you, guys, what is the default collation settings? This is the default collation settings. If you don't want, you can change it to, you want to insert the Chinese data, you can simply go to this, you can choose Chinese or Japanese or French data you want to do. Indian, there is no Indian language, guys. We don't see any Hindi and all, unfortunately. Okay, so there is no Hindi. Hindi is there, D, F, G, H, I, F, I, H. Hindi is not there. Okay, there are no Indian languages, you can see, guys, here. So like this, you can change it in case if you want to change it to some French language and all, you can change like this, guys. So French data only you can insert in the database, guys. Okay, good, guys. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I'm just keeping as it is. I'm not changing the collation settings. I'm using default one. Go to next. Guys, just 5 minutes. Okay, don't take much time. Just 5 minutes. Okay. Now I'll explain this in the security concept, Windows authentication, SQL authentication. What is this Windows? What is SQL? What is mixed mode? You will get a clarity with the diagrams. I'll explain. Don't worry. So as of now, I'm installing SQL Server with the Windows authentication, so that, okay, Windows people, I mean to say those who are able to log into the Windows machine, they can connect to the SQL Server as of now. Later, we can change it to mixed mode authentication or SQL Server authentication. I'll show you how to do that. Forget about this as of now. In the security, I'll explain the diagrams and all. Don't worry. So you are installing one SQL Server, guys, right? Someone should be there to connect to this SQL Server, right? I have to add someone. Okay, so that you can do from this section. Click on add current user. So this person can connect to the recently installed, the new instance that you are installing now. If you create an account to him, to this guy, he can connect to the SQL Server. If you don't add anyone, it don't allow you to proceed. You have to add minimum one person here. So that guy can connect to SQL Server. That guy can give access to other users, guys. Clear?
Hmm.
Clear, guys? So later also you can give access to any person. Okay, but at least one person should have access. See, if I want to open the door, there are two ways. One is you have to open it using the key, or if anyone is there inside the room, they can open the door like from the inside the room itself. So someone has to connect to the SQL Server first, then they will give access to others. Correct? So that someone you have to add in this section, add current user section. Okay, so the data drives, log drives, what is data file, what is log file, everything will be discussed. There is a separate discussion on that. TempDB separate discussion, maxdop separate discussion, memory separate discussion. During performance tuning, we'll discuss these two values, maxdop and memory. TempDB also during performance tuning. Data directories in further classes will discuss what is data file, what is log file and all. So don't change anything, keep it as it is. You can just go ahead now. And this is the final screen, guys. And again it will go for some checks. Once it's valid, then it will create a list of features that we have selected, list of options that we have selected. It will create a report. Guys, in the beginning, if you remember, I told you one thing. Windows machine don't understand GUI. GUI is only for us. Windows machine understand only command.
Commands.
We don't know what is the command to install SQL Server, correct? This GUI, this screen will convert all of your actions into command.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Are you getting the point, guys?
Yes.
Whatever you are using the GUI, that GUI window will convert all of your actions into command. When I click install, that command, where that command will be stored in the configuration file.ini, it will be stored, guys. I'll show you, don't worry. Okay, in this file, the command that we have selected, develop edition, install, I want to install the SQL Server, prerequisites, and general configurations, database engines, features we have selected, right? Instance configuration, default instance we have selected, right? Instance ID and components and product updates, no product updates. See, update enabled false. Update source, MU, what is MU? What is MU? Guess it. Guess it.
Microsoft update.
Very good. Microsoft update. That's it. Source from where you are going to get the updates. Microsoft, right? Microsoft update. Agent configuration, database engine services, directory where you are going to save it. All these things. It will create one command and that command will be stored in this file. When I click on install button, this file will be called and whatever inputs are there, it will take all the inputs from this file and it will start installing, guys. That's it, guys. You can wait for 10 minutes. Okay, so once the installation is done, I'll show you how to validate whether installed successfully or not. Then we can leave it, guys. We can okay, disconnect for now. I mean to say after the installation, then I'll show you how to validate once the SQL Server is installed, how to validate it was successfully installed or not. Then we can disconnect for today and tomorrow we'll connect. Tomorrow exactly at 7 a.m. I'll update you the status. Okay, guys, don't worry. I'll update you the status at 7 a.m. Class link will open. If possible, I'll take the class, or at least if there is a chance, maybe if 1 hour late or half an hour late, still I'll try to take the class. Okay, if not possible, I'll explain. Okay, I'll update you in the class itself at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Wait for 5 to 10 minutes. It will be completed. Then we can leave for today.
So this recording today will get, sir?
Sorry, this recordings will take 4 to 6 hours to process.
Okay.
Once this is done, it will be converted. That converted file has to be uploaded to the Google Drive. In the Google Drive, it will go for processing. So I'll immediately upload it. Okay, but to process and all, it will take some time. During processing, you cannot access the video, guys. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Questions, guys, if you want, you can ask any questions. Otherwise, tomorrow, then don't worry. Tomorrow morning again we'll discuss, okay, the SQL Server 2022 installation. So don't worry at all, guys. Okay. Yeah, please.
Actually, these many steps I did not see while I have been practicing.
Sorry, which one?
These many steps while installing, SQL Server, these many steps I have not seen earlier
Okay.
while.
Okay, so now you're okay, you're good now?
That's what I am unable to understand.
You are
I
unable to
have,
understand.
I have
See,
installed SQL Server. Just I have
see,
talked to
you have
you.
installed SQL Server next and install, I guess you installed.
Yes, yes, yes.
And that's not going to work, right? You have to know what is the things, what things are involved in the installation and all. Every component you have to know, right? Right?
Whatever we need, we have to select, right?
Yes, whatever we discuss, we have to select that one.
Okay.
Go
If we
through the
select
recording.
all,
See,
we need to pay extra. We need to pay
correct,
extra, right?
correct. See, it's not like extra. If you select all, extra services will run, extra performance issues, you will get it. Forget about money, that the company will take care of it. But if you choose extra services, those services also will run in the back end, right? That will consume memory, RAM, CPU, right?
So
that's
database load high, sir. Database load high.
yes. So it will create some performance issues. So whatever we need, that those copies, I mean to say those components only will select. We don't select extra components. So what components we have to select will be declared in the build sheet, or as discussed, whatever default components we have selected, you can go ahead with those default components.
Earlier, we used to download with the next option, but now we understood the each and every step with the perfect example.
Yes, Suresh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So during the installation,
Yes.
the storage path we can't discuss. We did not discuss.
What storage part, Anil?
That SQL data will be stored, right?
That will be
Yes.
covered later. See, every time if I dump now itself, what you can understand. See, this 2.5 hour session is itself is not enough to install the SQL Server. If you jump into storage, we cannot jump every topic that we discussed. We have to go one by one. That we will cover during the database creation. Okay.
Right. Just asking.
Yeah. No problem. But why? Because as a trainer, it's my responsibility. See, now itself, people are feeling like it was like over, what I can say, overflowing, something like that. So I have to slowly, I have to keep them on track. Otherwise, simply they will miss the track. They will open the shorts. They will watch the shorts, videos, and also I'll try as much as I can to simplify the things. Okay. But everything will be discussed slowly, step by step.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, please.
We are installing this SQL Server not by using RDB, right?
Sorry, not by using
RDB.
What is
we are
this?
directly, yeah.
What is this? What is this?
Host name.
When you can see this host name? When you can see this host name? If you see this bar, that is RDP bar only. Okay. Direct connection, you don't see this much big screen. Direct connection, you can see small screen only, like this much window only you can see. If you see small screen, that is direct connection. If you see this green bar, that is an RDP. I don't know whether you remember it or not. Before installing, I connected to the server.
Yes.
Then I started installing the SQL Server.
Are very simple.
Yeah. Of course. Lot of things we are discussing, right? Sometimes it might be confused. But if you see this very simple trick is, if you see this bar, that is RDP bar only, RDP connection only. If you see small screen, that is a direct connection.
And you told that you have sometimes you have to connect with our name. And how that name should come?
They will create a separate username and password in the organization. Okay, that now in our setup, that is not possible to connect to the servers with the names and all. Same thing, earlier while connecting, you gave administrator and password. In the organization, in place of administrator, you'll give your name, Sudhakar Reddy, and you'll give your own password. That's it.
Sir, one small doubt, sir.
Just tell me 1 minute, just 1 minute. It was failing to install. Not sure. Okay.
Sir, in the organization, they are providing bill sheet now.
Correct. Yeah.
Can we see a sample bill sheet, sir?
No, that is back. It will be. You cannot even see in the Google also. Okay. It's a kind of a internal document. Okay. Very secure document. It won't be allowed for the public and all. See, bill sheet again, it's nothing but an Excel sheet only. In that, everything will be mentioned. All the details will be mentioned. That's it.
Okay,
Budget,
okay, thank you.
like budget.
Yeah. Wait for 5 to 10 minutes, guys. Okay, we'll wrap up for now. Once this is done, and yes, it's throwing some errors. Let's see. Something is missing or what? Let's see.
How you will find, sir, error?
Sorry.
How you will find it?
No,
Because
just now it
the
gave a
installation is
pop-up.
still-
I'll tell you. Once the installation is done, how to check whether it's successfully installed or not. In case if any errors are there, where to check.
Summary.php.
Yes.
Shanmugh, while installation, the SQL browser is disabled, I think.
Yes. By default, it will be disabled. I'll tell you the browser service users and all. Okay. That's okay, guys. It was failed. See, if it was failed, you can see the main components are failed. See, shared components and all successfully installed. If you see green check, that is successfully installed. Okay, you can see here install successful and all. If you see this red mark, that was failed. Okay, so you can see here the information. Action required. Use the following
Specific
information
features.
to resolve. Okay, the setup process again. Error installing while SQL Server, an error dependency feature causing the setup process to fail. Okay, maybe a dependency feature. What dependency feature is failing? Installation shared features. There is a problem. Windows installed package. A program run as part of the setup did not finish. Expect contact your support. Local.log SQL Engine Core INST CPU 64.1 summary.c. In case of any errors are there, generally, even though errors are there, it's not there, it will create a summary.txt file, guys. I'll explain about summary.txt file. It's a kind of a log file. It will log everything, even though it's successful or it's failed, it will log everything. How to access that summary.txt file? This one. So using this file, you can access that one. Okay. So you can see here, final result failed, right? And if you go down, sometimes you can see information why it was failed and all. It is saying a dependent. We have already installed .NET Framework and all, so not sure why again it is failing. Full text failed. An error occurred for dependency of the feature causing the setup process. Okay. For the feature to fail, use the following information. And SQL Server database in the services shared features, bootstrap folder, log dot. There is a problem with Windows installed package a program and did not finish the expected time. Guys, sometimes if the software is also corrupted, then also it will be failed.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think the software it seems corrupted. Yeah.
Yes, I guess so. And I occurred a dependency feature causing the setup process to fail. Is the following information. SQL Server. I used the same software for multiple times, guys, so might corrupted, but okay, that's fine. I'll validate it. This is the following information. Okay, CPU log, 1 minute. Control C, Windows R, SQL Engine Core, .local.log, SQL Engine Core shared CPU 64. SQL, yes. SQL Engine Core, common. SQL Engine Core shared. SQL Engine Core shared. SQL Engine Core shared CPU. This is the one. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Okay. So nothing to worry. I'll tell you. I'm just checking whether anything is logged here or not. I'm suspecting the software is corrupted. I'm using the word failed. Failed to initialize PRERR. Sorry, there is only one failed one. Okay, chalo guys, no issues. Okay, tomorrow morning I'll check and I'll okay show you how to fix this error. Don't worry. Okay.
Shanmukh, if it is like a software issue, is like corrupted issue, I think we are going to face also the same, right? Since we are
Yes,
using
same. In
yeah.
case if you are using the software, guys, try to install the SQL Server. Okay, the same way, just follow the video and install it. So if you are getting the same issue, or your software copy can be good, my software copy, why? Because I'm using regularly multiple times, it might be corrupted. Okay, I'll check and I'll get back to you guys. Nothing to worry. Okay, tomorrow morning again I'll show you. Again, the whole concept, whatever we discussed, is common. Let's see this. Maybe it's good to learn. Okay, with the error and all, you will get an update idea, right? What might be the cause to, like, if the installation is failed, what might be the possible causes and all, you will get to know. Okay, don't worry, guys. If you got one error, you got one more chance to learn extra things and all. Okay, so tomorrow morning we'll cover these things. Okay, guys. So thank you, guys. That's it for now. And tomorrow morning we'll connect at 7 a.m. IST. And for US people, it will be tonight 9:30 p.m. EST. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, right.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, right.